The Trojan horse was most likely a myth or legend and might not have actually existed. It's one of the most famous stories in history that the Greeks, during a long battle and siege of Troy, built a giant wooden horse which the Trojans took into the city believing it was a gift and they had surrendered. The Greeks would later sneak out of the horse in the middle of the night to open the gates of Troy and allow the Greek army to capture the city. While there is archaeological evidence that the Trojan Wars did occur around 1200 BC, there is no evidence of a horse. We only know about the Trojan Wars because one of the earliest and most important writers in history, called Homer, wrote the Odyssey around 750 BC, a poem describing the legends of the Trojan Wars and the battles between King Agamemnon and Achilles, which were ancient history to him when he wrote about this, but it only briefly mentions a wooden horse. It was only until much later, around 20 BC, when a Roman poet called Virgil wrote the Aeneid. This contained a much more detailed poem about the Trojan horse, which we all know today. But again, it's important to note these are just poems and not historical accounts, written 500 and 1,000 years after the actual Trojan Wars. Some historians believe the story of the wooden horse may have come from mythology, which Homer's Iliad and Odyssey were full of, used as metaphors and analogies, or they could have been misunderstandings of the usage of siege engines. These were used to break down the gates of a city under siege, or use its height for the men inside to climb over the walls and breach it.